What is up guys, Joe here, welcome back to my channel, and today we are back with PCM 2020 and it feels so good to be saying that. Obviously we did the kind of first look video yesterday, but since then there has been a little update, so the game kind of feels refreshed. You can already see a new background to the menu, and I've already noticed a few other changes as well that weren't included in the builds that first look video was based on, so cannot wait to get into this playthrough. For those of you guys that don't know what this is the Redemption Tour, and I gave you guys the option between Thibaut Pinot and Groupama FDJ, as well as Arkea Samsic and of course Nairo Quintana. You guys just about voted for Thibaut Pinot. It was so close, only a couple of votes in it in the end, but we'll be taking Thibaut Pinot on the Redemption Tour, previewing the 2020 Tour de France. Obviously Pinot looking for redemption after having to leave the Tour in week 3 after doing so well, winning on the Tourmalet, looking for a moment like he could win the Tour de France. So like I said, we will be doing the 2020 parcours, and I've looked at these parcours, they look absolutely incredible. So many mountains in the first week of the race. I mean, you can see some of the climbs we have coming up, the flatter stages as well. You can see some big mountains going later in the race, the time trial on the Planche de Belfi, and then finish of course on Champs-Élysées. So I have made a start list for this race, so I've chosen all the teams as well as Groupama FDJ, but before we jump into that, I do want to say a massive thank you to Lobas and the team on the World DB. Lobas managed to get this kind of update to the database to me very quickly, just a few hours after they originally got the database. So we do have some pretty realistic stats you guys will see in a bit. So I'll show you our team first. Of course, Thibaut Pinot will lead the squads. We have Stefan Kung, Arnaud Démare, potentially going for some stages in the sprints. Obviously that'll be a secondary focus though to the yellow jersey. We have Gaudu, Madouar, Reichenbach as well to help out in the mountains. Benjamin Thomas is here, more of a lead out man though for Stefan Kung. And then finally we have Mathieu Ladagnu, and if you guys remember to stage 19, this is the man that put his arm around Thibaut, kind of helped him into the team car when he withdrew from the race. So I think it will be nice to bring him here. Hopefully he can guide Thibaut back to the yellow jersey. So before jumping into stage 1, I will run through the other teams I've kind of selected, so you can see them right here. I'm not going to read them all out. You can see the squads. Unreal team for Quickstep, of course Roglic, Dumoulin and Kruijswijk will lead Jumbo-Visma. Same for Ineos with Geraint Thomas, Egan Bernal and Chris Froome. Caleb Ewan's here, Sagan and Bookman again. We have Mollema, Port, Sturven for Trek. We've got Van Marken and Duran, very strong team there. Mikel Landa, very dangerous in the GC of course. CCC have GVA, Trentin and Zakharin. We have Benoot and Matthews here. Very good teams. Pogacar, of course, coming to the Tour this year, 21 years old. It'll be very interesting to see how the Slovenian gets on. We have Campanets, Nizzolo, Fuglsang, and I mean, these are sorted by kind of rating. So you can see Fuglsang and Lutsenko at Astana, and they're much further down in this list. Some very strong teams at this race. We have Bardet, Valverde and Mas, and I do think that Movistar did announce that Valverde and Mas will be their leaders for the Tour, I think the day I'm recording this, so nice to have them as leaders. We have Yates and Haig for Mitchelton Scott. Viviani is here for Cofidis. One of the big favourites for the GC, Nairo Quintana. This man has been climbing like an absolute madman before, of course, the coronavirus set in. And then, of course, we end with a few Conti Pro teams. You can see them right here. So Thibaut Pinot and Groupama FDJ will kick off our Tour de France in Nice. And you can see we go over this same climb a couple of times before coming down into a flatter finish, almost definitely for the sprinters. So probably we're concentrating on Arnaud Démare today. Here we go then, the Tour de France kicks off in Nice. However, you can see some absolutely horrific race days for the team. Pinot on a -1, but plenty of other minus days. Kung a -5. What is going on with you, man? However, Démare on a +2, that could be pretty important. So looking at this stage, I think we're just going to stay in the peloton, especially as no one feeling particularly good. Madouar may be an option, but I think we'll save him for later stages. We'll see who ends up in today's breakaway. And I will say at this point that I do want these episodes to be kind of quite short and snappy. I'm not going to drag these stages out. Hopefully I'll just try and keep them to the main highlights. And then obviously when we get going with the T-Mobile career, they should be kind of more extended, longer videos. We have drama already on this stage. You can see a big fall. I can see Nairo Quintana is down, Bookman is down, Buani is down, and of course Reichenbach from our team is down. Are there going to be any withdrawals? Oh my. Oh my. Oh, I thought Nairo was out. Him and Buani do carry on. However, Quintana some way out the back. Same with Emmanuel Bookman as well. You can see Nizzolo, we've got Lampert. Valverde is behind. We're just going to sit in with Reichenbach. He's not our leader. And we'll just wait to see if the teams drop back and help these guys get back in. So you can see we currently have two groups out the back still. Basically, we've got Archaea and NTT in this back group. Only Kemner has dropped back for Bora. That is very interesting with, I believe, Emmanuel Bookman in this group. Then we have the group up the road with Reichenbach, Valverde there as well, with Movistar trying to get him back in. And a pretty sizable gap up to the peloton. And you can see they're not hanging around at all. So those guys did just about make it back in ahead of this next climb. And we currently have Backart and Brandl up the roads. So we currently have still just two riders up the roads, as you can see. And we are approaching this intermediate sprint, which does mean 15 points available here for the sprinters. So pretty valuable intermediate sprint right here. So I will up Lad Agnew to 85, maybe even 90 right now. Try and put Damar in the perfect position. So 2k to go. Damar struggling to hold Lad Agnew's wheel. However, into the final kilometre before this intermediate sprint. Think we can go right now with Arnaud Damar. Not looking too good. It's pretty close. Ewan takes it from the peloton. And where were we exactly? Let's just check. Right here, we were 6th, 10 points for Damar. So I was just relaying with Lad Agnew, but you can see Quickstep and Lotto Soudal coming to the front of this group. And these two guys do still have 2.5 minutes, so could be potentially quite dangerous as there's not too much climbing left. As you see, we need to get some water. Okay, so into the final 30k of the stage, coming downhill. Great job by Quickstep because less than a minute for these two guys. You can see no one out the back at the moment in the stage. Everyone's surviving pretty much okay. So 15k to go right now. The pace super high in this peloton. As you do see, Matthias Brandl does attack Frederick Backart, caught him off guard. He is going to try and go solo into this finish in Nice. He has just over 30 seconds, but with the likes of Thomas de Gent chasing him down, going to be so difficult. I'm pretty sure he won't be strong enough, but let's see if he can hold off the sprint trains. So there you go, 9k to go and Brandl has been caught. We can now up Lad Agnew to about 90. Pretty sure we won't see any attacks at this point in the stage, and we'll see this one competed for by the sprinters. Kung on a -5 is in our sprint train. Same with Lad Agnew on a -3. Thomas on a -1 as well. It's not the best day for our sprinters at all, is it? However, we can use our energy gels into the final 5.5 kilometers, and we'll put Lad Agnew up to maybe 99. I think we can do that. Maybe Kung. Not quite yet, 4k to go, he can go 95 to start. We're in a very nice position right now though, with our sprinters right at the front of the race, up to 99, into the final 3k. Here come UAE, Pogacar on the front of the train right there, into the final 2k. Thomas can go for it, Damar into the final kilometre, maybe left it a bit late. Let's sprint with everyone else. Damar going for the line up the road, it's gonna be close. But Caleb Ewan just takes it, and we had something left with Arnaud Damar, missing out on the stage win. Sorry I didn't cut back to the sprinters at the end there quite in time, but Caleb Ewan takes it just ahead of Damar, Sagan in 3rd place. What a win then for Caleb Ewan ahead of Damar. We did have something left. I probably went slightly too late. However, I think I went too late with Thomas rather than Damar, because Thomas had quite a lot left as well when Damar left his wheel. Anyhow, certainly a good result considering the competition at this race. And this right here is interesting. 17th Nick Schultz and Down do lose time, 15 seconds on the guys at the front. Luckily for us, no GC guys at the front there. However, as we know, the time gaps have changed a lot in this year's game, so we do need to be wary even on sprint stages like this. So nice to see we will wear the green jersey with Damar despite being second in that competition, as Ewan will wear yellow on stage 2. And talking of stage 2, look at this for a stage 2 of the tour. I can't imagine there have been many stages in the first few days of the tour quite as difficult as this, including the Col de Torini on this stage. Oh my, what a day this is going to be. Potentially massive in the GC already. You can see a new feature right here. You can change the teams or change the slides whilst the game's loading, and in this briefing screen as well. Nice little change right there. But anyhow guys, I will leave this one here. Hope you enjoyed this first episode of the Redemption Tour with Thibaut Pinot. Drop a like on the video if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. And I will see you guys in the next one.